This is the defense for my technology integration project. For my project, I chose to focus on integrating technology into an explanation of the Pythagorean theorem. Throughout my entire math career in school, it was rare that I ever engaged in any math curriculum outside of a textbook. It was more likely in social studies and science classes where these opportunities were available for technology to be involved. In this growing age of technology, it is only right that the same technological opportunities in other subjects are offered in mathematics. Through a variety of web-based applications, including websites, social bookmarking tools, voice threads, and wiki spaces, I hope to incorporate technology into the math classroom while better engaging my own students. As my technology integration plan states, I am asking my students to compare and contrast two proofs of the Pythagorean theorem. This allows students to explore a theorem that they usually just accept. In this project now, they can understand why the statement a squared plus b squared equals c squared holds. This project also reiterates the idea that there is not always one right way in mathematics. In fact, there may be many different ways that one can approach this proof and get the required result. I feel that this project is also beneficial when it comes to explaining the concept of proofs in general. Basic proofs are usually introduced in a course such as geometry. However, many students only have the opportunity to create basic table proofs. In comparing and contrasting two proofs that have already been formulated, they are now able to understand step by step the process in which a proof comes together. Before we start this project, my students would already be familiar with web applications such as blogging and voice threads, so it would not be too difficult to navigate through the guidelines and expectations of this project. All of this information is presented in a blog. One of the reasons I chose to present this information in a blog format was not only because of the convenience, but because of the possibilities. In case I need to alter the project in any way, it would be easier to edit and revise on a blog than on a web page. It can also notify the students of any changes I make more quickly, especially if they subscribe to the RSS feed on the page. I also like the idea of a blog because students can comment on my blog post asking me questions, as I have stated in my project, which allows for collaboration not only between myself and the students, but between other students if they can provide answers to these questions or even ideas of their own. These are the Michigan educational technologies I believe this project fulfills. As I mentioned earlier, students would have the opportunity to familiarize themselves with emerging technologies such as voice threads. In creating their presentation, they are developing a project that will be included on our class wiki space. Throughout the entire process, students are using several technological mediums to complete the project. The first stage of the project asks students to review some of the concepts they have already learned in the semester. This is an example of a voice thread that I would use to present some of this information. In particular, this voice thread gives a brief summary of the cross-product property in relation to chords, secants, and tangent lines in circles. This information is utilized in some of the proofs of the Pythagorean theorem. I really enjoy voice threads, as I believe they allow for easy presentation and review of concepts. One can go into as much depth as they so wish. You can simply just make a presentation of PowerPoint slides, or you can incorporate other discussions besides the direct information on the slides by using the comment feature. The second stage of this project is exploring websites. In math, I don't feel that websites are used enough, and there is a ton of information available on the web of introducing different mathematical concepts, especially the Pythagorean theorem. I found many interesting ways of presenting this theorem that I have never heard of before. Here is a screenshot of what the expectations and requirements for each day during this unit would be. As you can see, I have tried to organize the information concisely and easily so that the students know what I am expecting of them. Each of the bullets represents another task to complete. I have also organized all of the sites that my students will be visiting throughout the duration of the project using Delicious. They have the opportunity to collaborate and bookmark their own sites that they find beneficial. I have mentioned this on the blog. They can post the link to a website they have found as a comment to my blog post, and then I will upload this site to the Delicious bookmark page. This is a sample project of what I expect from my students. These are just the PowerPoint slides, but you can view the actual presentation on my blog. However, you can see the type of information I am expecting, plus an example of the compare and contrast exercise in writing as shown here. Here is my class wiki space, where students will upload their projects once they are finished. As you can see, the 2 sample student projects have already been uploaded here. This space allows an easily accessible link to each student's project, so that their peers, as well as their parents, can view what they have done. I feel that this is a real benefit of VoiceThreads, is that they're easily submittable into any sort of technological medium. I have also asked that each student comment on at least one other student's projects as a method of peer evaluation. I feel that this is an important concept to learn, as one will most likely be asked to critique other works in college or once they have started their careers. I will also provide some of my own feedback here so students can be directly assessed on their projects. These are the math grade level content expectations that I feel I have fulfilled in creating this project. I hope you have enjoyed the presentation of my technology integration project. Please let me know if you have any additional questions.